Hello, beautiful people. This is Asa Leveaux, Icon Architect. What I do is I catapult audacious, and I do mean audacious, entrepreneurs toward their next million by providing brand clarity, business automations, and other bankable deliverables with the Icon method. Today, I'm going to tell you what not made, no one can make me do anything, nothing can make me do anything, it's a choice. What was the catalyst, I'll say that, what was the catalyst for me pivoting out of the coaching industry? So, I need a little bit of context first. So, I started coaching 2012, 2013. All right. So around this time, let me be very clear. So prior to 2012, prior to 2013, I had a retail store in Oklahoma, and it was called Mahogany Concepts, and we provided multicultural artwork. We also provided fraternal regalia, so all the Divine Nine. We carried all the Divine Nine paraphernalia, and we were licensed by each fraternity, each sorority to do so. That's a really significant thing. Not only did I have a retail store in what was then Crossroads Mall, but I also had a daycare center. And the daycare center was in Midwest City, Oklahoma, and it was called Mother's Umbrella. And Mother's Umbrella was licensed to care for over 100 children. It was a very, very large facility in Midwest City, and it was so large that I had to pay there were two electrical meters. So I literally had two electrical bills every single month. That's how big it was. And yeah, this was prior to me before I even turned 25. Before I was 25, I had a retail store and a daycare center. So, because I'm not yet 25 and I have a daycare center and a retail store, people are like, Asa, how did you do that? Asa, how did you do that? And so I'm literally telling people, well, this is what you do, and this is what you do, and this is what you do. So a part of that, in helping people, like really being in tune with the person, like, hey, did you do it? Did you do this? Like, I'm more concerned about the person than I am about the problem they're having. I'm not even clear they even have a problem. All I know is they want something from me. They want to know something. And I never want it to be called greedy again. I never want to be called greedy again. And so because of that, I was just really free with my information. Like, you want it? Here. And my thing is, I didn't come into the business world having to pay people. Now, let me be very clear. If someone had told my 22-year-old self, Asa, you might want to talk to someone, there are people out there that can support you. Because I didn't know there were people out there that could support you. The only thing I knew about was the SBA and SCORE. There was an organization called SCORE. That's all, and I think SCORE was a part of the SBA. I reached out to them over and over and over and over and over and over again, and nobody returned my phone calls or my emails. So I was like, okay, maybe this whole SCORE SBA thing isn't, really a thing. And you gotta remember, this is so my son was born in 2006, so my son had his first birthday at the daycare center. Like, that's how huge it was. Like, we decorated the whole thing for his birthday. So I'm owning businesses 2005, 2006, like that time frame, right? Okay, so fast forward, I write a book because I've been in business for years now, like brick and mortar things. At this time, I had even opened a commercial janitorial company. So I have 3 companies before I'm 30, 3, and very profitable. Like, it's going down. It's literally going down. And I write a book. And the book was, I needed to write a book because I was frustrated. Now, living in Oklahoma City, there's not a large black population. That's just why I get excited when I go to Atlanta and places like Atlanta, because I'm from Oklahoma City. And I don't see that many people that look like me. It's better than it was. It was better than it was, but nothing like Atlanta. And so I was like, why am I not able to hire as many black people as I would like to hire? Like, this is frustrating. Black people come and get interviewed, but I'm not able to hire them. I'm just not. And I got really frustrated, and I started talking to other black business owners in the city. So I would go to like black chamber events and things like that. And they're like, they were expressing the same discomfort with not being able to hire as many black people as they would. Because my thing is, though, yes, we are black business owners, but no, we're not going to be, we're not going to treat another person of another race wrong and deny them the ability to be our employee just because we would love to have more black ones because we want to be able to give back, because we understand how difficult it may have been. But we're not just gonna like just hire you just because you black. Like, that's not a thing. It's not a thing. I don't understand that concept with any race or any demographic at all. So I wrote a book, and the book was called Why I Won't Hire Black People. Now, I titled it that reason because I did understand marketing. I understand that it would create conversation immediately. It did. I knew that I wanted a book to get me interviewed, and it did. I desired a book that would be easy to sell, and it was, and it is. So that's why I named it that. Now, the contents of it it's just stuff that your grandma would tell you, stuff your older frat brother would tell you, stuff that your a career counselor to a freshman in college. It's all of that basic information. It's so basic. Like, it's basic ass information. Like, come on, time. Like, that kind of stuff. But I wrote a book about it. And so after I wrote the book and I started selling the book, I started speaking. And remember, I still have businesses. And I'm not 20. No, am I 25? I think I'm 25. I'm not 30 yet. I'm definitely not 30 yet. And I get introduced to someone in Oklahoma City, and she's like, AC, you gotta know who Lisa Nichols is. I'm like, who is Lisa Nichols? And they put me onto The Secret and all of those things. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. So I end up going to her conference. And that's when I really start understanding about coaching. And I understand what a revenue wheel is. And I understand the possibilities. And I understand that people will pay you not for what you do, but for what you know. And that blows my absolute mind. Blows my mind. I'm like, people will pay you for what you know and not for what you do. So I have a mind fuck. It's significant. And I'm like, how do I make this work? And so after leaving the conference, I think it was within the first 6 months, I got my first coaching client and I was set. And that was 2012, 2013. So I was set. I was off to the races coaching people. Coached people for free. Did like 6 months for $500. Like, all kinds of stuff I did. I still can't believe yes, I can. I can believe I did it. Because it needed to be done. It needed to be done. Period. And I got good. I did. I became really good. I dare someone that was coached by me to not say it wasn't instrumental if I did not meet them where they needed to be. Because I asked all of them once we were done. I asked all of them. So, with that being said, I became a coach. And last year, I realized that coaching had become tiresome. Coaching had no longer provided the best of me to come out. Why? Because remember, I have been in business since I was 22 years old. At the time of this showing, I am very close to turning 40. I have almost 20 years experience in business, like actual business, not theories, not I wonder what could work, not the researching of business. No, like actually doing it. Like, can you eat from doing these things to make money? Like, can you eat from that? That's what I mean. Not hobby, not working a completely full-time job this entire time and then saying I'm in business and everything I'm do is basically as a result of me having the job and not the business, okay? Yeah. So got really just internally disjointed around coaching because I realized that people were coming to me because they knew I care. I do. I honestly do. I care a lot about that person. But I desired people not to come because they know they were going to be cared for by me, but because their business was going to change as a result of being in connection with me. And that was not the case. It was not the case that I could see at all. And I did not like that. I didn't like that at all. So I decided to leave. And so instead of being a coach, I created an agency, a concierge agency, basically a consulting agency. So the reason why I did that is so that people could come to me and understand that I have strategy for you. I mean, do I need to hold your hand sometimes? Okay, got it. Do I need to make sure you understand how dope you are? Got it. And I'm here for the business strategy. And I get it. Sometimes nope. I've learned about myself to the point that I'm known so much about caring about people that people consider me a life coach. And I'm like, but I'm not a life coach. I just care about you. And I've lived life very, very out loud for quite some time. And I've had a lot of different experiences that people my age and older, for the most part, have not had. Not to this degree. No, not at all. Not almost 20 years in business. Been to like 25 countries and had real experience in each of those. Sometimes business, sometimes pleasure, sometimes both. Being out as a pansexual, like all of these things add to what I can bring to an entrepreneur and their business. So yeah, now the consultancy agency, like where I get to actually talk about not the problems of the person, but the problems of the business. Like that's where I'm dope at. I treat being dope with people as a byproduct of my personality, of how I am, how I choose to be, like all those things. People, you come because of the business part, but yes, you're gonna have fun. So that's why I decided to leave. Another reason was because I realized that people wouldn't do work because they were too busy having their hands held by me. So they wouldn't do any work. It's almost like my ability to see them, to support them, to speak life into them, was pacifying them, was limiting their ability to take action. And I didn't like that. So that's why the Wealth Spa, my consultancy agency, is a thing. And so now I get to say I don't have a coaching program, but we definitely have a consultancy package for sure. And now we have some done for you things as well. But yeah, my body, my spirit was not allowing me to continue in the coaching space at all. At all. No, I couldn't. I could no longer stay a coach. And if I'm being clear, I don't think, I'm not gonna say I won't, because what I've learned being this age is be careful saying what you will never do or what you won't do again. But I can be clear saying I do not see coaching in my as a forward thing for me. I don't see that. I don't. I see coaching as a byproduct of people being very close in proximity to me. I see that with friends, family, um, future mentees, and I definitely understand the difference between mentorship and coaching. But sometimes I will definitely flip that hat on. But no, to offer my coaching would be to offer something that's not truly what I want to get paid for. I desire to be paid for the business strategy and not the hand holding, because I'm going to do that regardless. I'm just going to do that. That's just who I am. Yeah. But now, however, as a result of you seeing this, if you feel or have things to say about what you've seen of me in the past, what you see in me now, I'm open to that conversation. I'm just gonna let you know right now, I don't see me being in the coaching industry ever again. I just don't. I love the consultancy space. I love being able to tackle, to be very, very focused on the problem or the challenge of the business. And that's why I'm here. I'm not here to expand the capacity for the person. No, I am stepping inside of the capacity for the person in order to make a difference and provide a solution. I stand in the solution. I bring the solution. I am on the same vibrational level as the solution. And so that's what I bring to the table. And that's what I would love to continue doing forever and always, amen, if I could do it. Because I don't see myself retiring from this at all. Now, however, in 20 years, I may look at this video, someone bring this video up to me and be like, so Asa, what do you think now? And I'm like, I think I'm done. But I don't know yet. I'm not, and I'm open to that possibility. So that's what has made or has caused me or been the catalyst of me pivoting out of the coaching industry and into the consulting one as a result of having a consultancy agency, which I also at times refer to as a concierge agency. Why the concierge agency? Because we're doing things for you. That's why. There's an entire industry, the concierge business, the business concierge industry, and that's where we fall into. So that's why I use that language. But yeah, but love to know your thoughts. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts. And as always, I am Asa Leveaux. Dreams and radical blessings.